everybody, welcome back to Instructional Insights. Good to see you guys, Basil again.
Tyler here.
And we're still busy with our topic on, what are we talking about?
Curriculum. Yes.
We're talking about curriculum. So today we're talking about?
We're going to talk about the social reconstruction theory. Okay. Now, the people who believe in the social reconstruction theory of curriculum think that our society is fundamentally flawed and we can use education to make things better. But it's kind of like mixing politics with the education. So people think that there's so many terrible things out in the world, which I suppose they have a point sometimes, and that we should be using education to change people's ideas towards a better future.
All right.
So what do you think about this one?
So what would it look like in practice? What kind of assessments, what kind of things would a teacher then do within this, from this point of view?
That's hard. That's hard to say. But like, there's going to be a lot of stuff mixed in, like perhaps to change people's ideas towards some things. So it could be good, or it could be bad. Like mixed in your work is definitely going to be like some political agenda, or
well, that's what I'm trying to get at. So I'm trying to get at that because that's in essence something that's got an underline of politics. You know, there's some politics in this, which you ask questions about that eventually. So yeah, I'm unsure about this approach. I'm unsure about, as with everything, I believe there's good and bad, and I believe there's some good stuff we can get out of this. Like, for example, we do have a lot of problems in society, and we do seem to struggle with these things over and over and over again. We don't seem to find solutions to these things, and it's important for us to communicate that to the kids and then let them think and ask questions about these things.
Of course.
So yes, that is important. But how do we do this, and how do we test this, and how do we assess? Because in essence, we're talking about a curriculum point of view. We're talking about a framework for curriculum, right? So how do we fit this into this? That's the big question for me. Do we ask students to protest about things? Do we ask? You see, it gets really grey.
I think that's going a bit too far. But I also think that it can be used for good. Like if the students on their own accord see problems with stuff, they should know that they can take action. So we were talking the other day about something that I think could do a great deal of good when you actually do something that's good. Like service learning is something that I was thinking of. So I had a tremendous time doing some service learning in university, and I think that could easily be trickled down to high school and even so on. It's doing something that matters. Like what we did is I worked once a week with a child with a disability in the swimming pool, and I was there to help him out and help him develop. I wrote an IPP, and there was that time that we gave our time to help something out. Like we really did something that mattered. Join an after-school program and help people out that way. If the students want to do something like this instead of being told by the teacher, I think that could be a very positive thing.
All right, so what's important here is it's all about how you see this, from what point of view you see this. And I like the idea of helping people because the idea and the agenda is pure. The agenda is clean. It's really a good purpose. I'm trying to really change society for the better. It's not with a political or some other motivation. It's really the idea to do good.
I really think we should always look at many different points of views. Like if we're going to criticize some sort of belief, we should look at the positives and also look at the alternatives.
Yes,
as well. Like, and I also agree that everyone needs to have their voice heard. So that is the different viewpoints that can be very important too.
It's going to stretch you. It's going to stretch you because many times you're not going to agree with this, right? Yeah. But there's still something to be learned from this.
Yeah, I think it's just as long as it's a terrifying idea that comes to my idea is like a traditional style of teaching like progressive thoughts, like saying this is the way it should be, this is the way we should change. That to me is not an ideal situation. That's going to be a terrifying situation.
Yeah.
We need the students to think for themselves. We need to give them different ideas, different viewpoints, and then hopefully over time they can make their own decisions.
Yeah, that's the ideal. So what do you guys think? Thanks for listening, and please subscribe and like if you enjoyed this video. See you next time.